Last time we visited this 3-bedroom detached house in North Yorkshire, John and Molly had started work on the utility. Looks like it's been kicked in.
Oh, you don't have to slag it off.
The past 2 years have been non-stop DIY as we spent every waking hour to transform this house into the mid-century forever home of our dreams.
And this year has been no exception as the utility has started to take on its own transformation.
It's getting very exciting as we edge ever closer to the finish line. It's going to be colourful, stylish, and best of all, it's going to cost us less than £300 as we utilise leftovers from previous jobs and even our previous home. So you know the drill.
Let's get into it.
Inside, we're straight onto the stairs, they lead to the bedrooms. This time it's all about the utility. Will they get finished? We'll catch up at the end of the show.
So far we've gutted this utility of its old wallpaper, cladded this wall and ceiling, re-levelled the subfloor, installed a new engineered wooden floor and got this gorgeous yellow-pink paint on the walls.
So it's time once again to get our DIY game on.
Oh, we need to get a new shot for that.
So close to be able to get all the nice bits in this room. We just need to build a framework basically to go around the dishwasher and washing machine to support our work surface. So we've got our back battens on, which we did a while ago, but it also involves putting a leg down to give it that extra support at the front, and we need to make sure we have somewhere to attach the curtain onto. It's a little bit fiddly working out all the angles and the measurements, but once that's done, we can get all the exciting bits. We can get the worktop on, we can get the tiles in place, start to come together.
And I'm dying to get this door back in place once it's finally painted, which will also give a bright pop of colour from inside the kitchen.
I think someone wants their walkies. And with the house in a bit of chaos, it's always a good idea to get some fresh air to distance yourself from the mess. And because we're fortunate enough to have this walkway at the back of our house, eventually we'll put a back gate for quicker access.
And with Dexter inviting his friends for dinner, ooh, looks like they're coming. It's time to head back.
Back home, Molly's attention had moved on to finally covering this foam padding to form the base of a bench seat in the lounge.
Working on the padded seat for the living room. So I'm just making all the pieces, and then I'm going to put black pipe.
Nice, is that, isn't it?
Yeah, black piping, and then hopefully it'll all come together.
So we've got our initial framework in. It's looking really good, really pleased with it. There's a few issues. So one, there's a bit of flexibility in this centre column because we can't fit a leg down in the middle, otherwise we can't get our appliances out. So what we're going to have to do is chalk it up as the work surface is glued to it, and once it's glued, that should hold really well. The other slight problem is near the leg. I forgot that we're going to be putting the side panel on there. The side panel is about the thickness of this piece of wood. So what I'm going to have to do is remove this wood and this leg, and then the side panel will act as a leg, so that when it's in, it isn't overhanging the sink too much, where if we just stick one on the side now, it will overhang the sink a little bit. It won't look great, it'll get in the way. Nothing's ever simple, is it? But we'll get there. And work carried on into the evening to get this door finished. New day. So the panels we had for this side weren't big enough to do in one piece. So we had to make sure that the longest piece went from the floor to the top of the framework to act as a strong upright to hold the work surface. This was then secured to the floor with an L bracket to stop any sideways movement.
John Bob,
Yep.
I've got some samples for the blinds and curtains.
Ooh. I've also got samples for the cladding, what we're going to call it. It's going to go in the back of this seating area.
Hey.
So we decide what we're going to go for.
Yeah, let's have a look.
So I'm thinking this one. It's just a bit of a wider sort of...
It's nice, it looks reeded, doesn't it?
Yeah. But problem is we have to stain it.
Yeah, well, that's not a problem because it's designed to be stained,
Yeah.
isn't it? So
But in terms of blinds and curtains, what are you thinking?
I've got a few samples because obviously we've got like the boucle poof and stuff.
Yep.
So I thought boucle might be nice, but then nah. And then I thought, do we go statement with black because we've got black tracking and black doors, but I just feel like it'll be quite imposing.
Yeah, big windows, aren't they?
So then I was down to these 3 neutrals. I think looking at our wall colour, that Verona Oysters going to look nice, and it's a really nice sort of really fine velvet.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but once that's done, I think it's giving me cinema vibes.
Oh. And speaking of cinema vibes, we never miss an opportunity for inspiration whilst at the movies. We want to take the idea of luxurious pattern from the fabrics and textures from the wall cladding into our future cinema room, which right now is full.
Oh shit. This also highlights the importance of cracking on with our lean-to, as a lot of the stuff in here can be relocated. We want a nod to the modern day luxury cinema seating with inclining chairs, and the movie magic doesn't stop there.
The plan is to kind of do a hidden door, whether that's through panelling or a library door. We're not sure yet, but we'll come to that and see what we think will work best. And then inside we just want some luxurious cinema seating, a projector screen, and then it'll just be like another little room that we'll use more in the house rather than just another spare bedroom.
Well, for now, and whilst we're here, let's catch a film.
What are you doing there then, John Bob?
So we're just measuring for the worktop to go on here. Great thing is we have leftover from the worktop in the kitchen.
Hell yeah, we do.
But it does mean we've got one crack at this. So it's a fairly straightforward cut, front to back and side to side. But obviously we've got to notch around these pipes here. Fingers crossed, because if we don't get it right and the gap is massive,
it's going to be an expensive mistake, isn't it?
Yeah, here we go.
So first we cut the depth of the piece and then the width as long as our widest measurement, ready for the cut round the box pipe work.
Hang on, are you putting the glue on? We don't even know if it's going to fit yet.
Oh look, it does.
And whilst I had all the gear set up, I quickly trimmed the fat off the utility door as the new floor was slightly thicker than the old. Ooh, it's looking good.
I'm starting to get excited about the bits now.
Bits?
Yeah, all the bits and bobs that I bought for the utility shelves.
Ooh. Can I see what we got then?
No, you'll just have to wait and see like everyone else. Back home, while John wrestled with the taps.
Dinner arrived. Duck pancakes, anyone?
I think we're on the fence with that one for now.
And whilst we're outdoors and the weather gods are on our side, it's finally time to get that roof on. In our previous vlog videos, you will have seen that we had got as far as clearing the area and building the main framework of this huge lean-to that will be fully cladded with front and rear gates. So our corrugated roof has a drip stop anti-condensation layer, but for this to function properly, the lean-to needs airflow, and to stop vermin creeping in under the eaves, we've installed these chrome fillers, allowing the essential airflow, but once the roof sits on top and falls them back, will stop unwanted pests.
Hi guys, so it's lunchtime and it's time to walk deck seat, but here's where we're up to.
So you can see we've got 2 of the pieces of the roof on. It's taken a bit longer than we thought, but it always does. There's lots of screws to put in. But yeah, say about nearly halfway.
Back inside, whilst John finished wrestling the old taps off the wall,
Fuck for that.
I began to spread the tile adhesive ready to reuse leftover tiles from our previous home. The real transformation begins. John kept me supplied with the cut tiles that I needed so I could get them on the wall.
Cue time lapse.
if we go back to my original mood board, I think I can really start to see this room come to life. We've got the yellow, we've got the tiles, we've got all the inspo, really looking exactly like the original ideas.
And this is like our lounge and kitchen diner, proving just how essential a mood board is to visualising the look of the final space. We also had a fabric like this one in mind for the curtain to cover the appliances, but out of the samples, which did we go for?
We went with this fabric from Poodle and Blonde to cover the appliances and under the sink, with a nod to the traditional age of the property.
And once again, work went into the night to get this utility done. We will get the utility done this weekend, I think. Yeah, I promise. Yeah, we should do. We've got 3 oak shelves to put up. One involves the brackets being drilled through the tiles, so that's always a bit of a hairy thing. But I'm sure we can get that done. We've got the curtains that Molly has made to put up to cover the units and also for the window. Then sort of dressing the shelves, the finishing touches. I think the forecast is looking good. The sunshine room is going to get done this weekend. Come on! Are you with me? Yes!
They call me mellow yellow, quite rightly.
So these are the pieces of wood that we've gone for. These are gorgeous solid oak shelves from the team at Domley. So we're going to do 3 on this back wall, and then there'll be like pantry / utility type shelves.
So without further ado, let's get this utility finished. It's about time we had another room reveal. It's always daunting drilling through tiles. Start slow and you'll be fine. And what's going on the shelves?
Well, you remember our visit to Niche Home early in the video? So what did we buy at Niche Home? We recently went to Barnard Castle, to our favourite interior store, to buy a few pieces to finish off our utility and most probably other rooms in our house. John fell in love with this statement vase, got this cute little wax melt pot that's really going to come in handy. I spotted this little plant pot with a matching succulent, and if you're like me and you're rubbish at houseplants, there's some really good faux botanicals there. 2 more statement vases and our set was complete. We think they're going to look great together, and we got all of these for just over £100. As tight northerners, we reckon that's quite a good bargain. So let us know which is your favourite.
Back outside, they have been busy. Some sort of cow shed, I don't know. Cattle maybe?
It's a lean-to for storage.
That would make more sense actually. As we install the final sheets of the roof, I finally started to feel like this lean-to was going to get finished soon, and I could finally get my gym back. It's safe to say we're going to have another visit. Should we give them another 5 years?
We absolutely love these shelves, and the fact that they are solid oak makes all the difference.
So, should we do an uplifting montage?
Cue montage.
So it's 6 weeks later, we're catching up with Molly and John, and we'll see just how they got on with the utility. It's bright. So where once stood a dark, cold and unloved space, now stands a bright, warm, sunshine utility room of our dreams.
Complete with curtains covering the appliances, the practicality of the pegs and the shelves, lots of storage for pantry items, and perfect select pieces to tie it all together.
This room really has been a triumph and is now named the Sunshine Room. Wow, I mean, it's a transformation. It's bright, I'll give them that.